So I started the recording. So, like I said, we staged something yesterday on cleaning, basically cleaning our data. I've been doing a lot of things too. So today we want to work on a particular data set that has to do with the weather. That has to do with the weather. So the first column there is the temperature. We have the 2 points, relative humidity, wind speed, visibility, the pressure. Press is pressure. So then we have the weather. So it can either be fog, drizzling, cloudy, mostly cloudy, rain, snowy. We have different types of weather. This is just um, a data to show the parameters that make up that weather. So let's go back to no, let me even do that. Hey, I've deleted something now. Okay, okay.
Nowhere to backspace.
No, I've deleted it, it has gone now. So that's why you have to be careful.
What of undo? Can't you
Not
undo?
Control Z, not work on it.
Undo.
Undo will work when you are typing. Maybe I'm typing like this. Yeah, I say Control Z. You understand? Now, look at this. Let me delete this. I press Control Z. I'm pressing Control Z like this one. So you have to be careful. Or you rewrite your code once you delete. So now, I want to import this.
So that numpy, you
The
wrote
number is not
nm
correct.
nmp1.
It's a mistake. I will correct it now. And I would have gotten an error if I had done if I ran that. So I ran that already. So then I want to bring in that particular data, right? I want to bring this in. I've copied the path. So how do I bring it in? How do I bring it in? Let me have another one. What do you want to call it? Let's call it weather. Let me just use what was it before. Data is equal to, how do we read a CSV file? Because the data is a CSV file. So how do we read it? So we said it yesterday. It's going to be pd.read underscore CSV. Then I'll put the path inside this piece. This is it. This is it. I'll put the path here. So it has to be in a quotation. So now, if I run this, it's not working. Why?
The R is not there.
Thank you. The R is not there. So I have to put the R. So to reverse that slash. So if I run this now, I have this. That's what. For anything I'm running, assume this is the second line of code I'm running now. Everything down, don't look at it. Just look at what I'm running. I have it preloaded before. So I've loaded it into the O place. I've loaded that weather data set now. Then if I want to see it, maybe I want to see the first 5 rows, then I can run this. Then I can see, okay, this is what is happening. This is what is happening. So what does shape mean? Shape is going to tell me, if I say data does shape, what does it mean? So this is going to tell us, let me be putting comments there now.
The dimensions of the data frame.
Yeah. So to give the number of rows and columns respectively. So we have this. I would encourage you guys to, whenever you are running those codes, you should be putting this comment so you understand what you are using it for. Basically, if you are going to be doing it for other projects, you can't, all these things, I don't think you would have them at top of your head. It's going to be due to constant practice, like I've always said. So you want to find the shape of the table, right? You already know that, okay, I think I've done this thing before in that weather project. Just come to the weather project, open it up, and see what you used in getting the shape. Then you can use it for the other table too. So that is basically how we do it. So this again, this is just like a refresh. So refresh our memory. We did this yesterday. For the COVID, for other reports, you guys will be giving me answers. Oh. So this is just like a refresh again. So this is to get the list. Yeah. So to get the list of all the column headers, this is all the column headers that we have, right? How do I get the type? The type of each column. Look at the first one, date and time. No, sorry. Look at the temperature, float 64. So float means what? What does float means?
Decimal point.
Decimal.
No, thank you. So float means decimal. Relative humidity is an integer. Wind speed 12 is also an integer, and this is the only of this that we have. So now, in I think our Power BI class, we talked about the difference between unique and distinct. Who can remind us what the difference is? Distinct and unique.
Distinct is repetitive, while unique is only seen once.
No, I don't get that one.
I said distinct is repetitive, while unique is only shown once.
Unique
Unique
is
is fewer in numbers. Unique is one.
one, while distinct is what?
Distinct is repetitive,
It might
while
not really
unique
be
is seen
repetitive.
once.
This thing might not really be repetitive. I just want to
Like
get
when
that.
you have 64 in several places and you're counting rows,
Yeah.
you're counting distance.
What if I have 64 just in one place? It's
That's
actually
unique. It's unique.
in that case it is a distinct value and it's also unique.
Unique, yes.
So now I want to get the number of unique values that I have. So just like saying in this in this column, this weather column, I want to get the different things I have. The different things that I have. Here we use unique. The different values that I have. What's happening? So we have the different types of weathers here. The fog, freezing, diesel, foggy again. We have mostly cloudy, rain showers, mainly clear, showers, snow clear. These are the different types of ways to get the unique values in a column. So if you want to get all the unique values, how do I do that here in Excel? If I wanted to do it in Excel. If I wanted to do it in Excel, what do? I can put a filter here. Once I put a filter, so this is what we are talking about. So all these values here is what Python brought out for us. All these values here. So that is what Python brought out for us. So if I want to see the list of all those things, so that was what we got with our Python. So now, if I want to count how many of them, how many do we have here? How do I do that? So to count the number of unique values in the column or the whole table. So in this case, what do I do? So I can just say n unique. So it's going to like count the number of values that I have here. So I can see from here that we have 50 of them. Everything is 50. So what do I do if I want to get so to get the number of unique column sorry, the number of unique values in each column. So in the temperature column, we have 533 unique values. Dew points, we have 489. Relative humidity, we have 83. So I can get the number of unique values.
Okay, sorry, Mr. Amin. If you want to get in all columns, you don't have to specify which one. You just leave it
Yes,
empty.
yes,
Okay.
just leave it empty. So yeah, if you want to get for it, so from for some certain columns, you just have to like put it out like this. Here we are doing for weather. So if I'm not doing for weather, if I want to get for everything,
Okay, empty means all, like when they put star in
yes,
circle. Okay.
yes. So now another one. To get the total number of non-null values. You know the meaning of non-null values. So I want to get the total number of values in a column that are not empty. That is the meaning of count. So I want to count the number of values that I have in that column. So now let me go back to my Excel. So I want to start counting. This is one value, this is another one, this is another one, this is another one, this is another one. I'm not going to say because they are the same thing. I'll count them as one. I just want to count the number of values that I have without counting the empty ones. So from here I can see that if I want to do that count for all of the column, I'll just do data dot count and I'll put the brackets so to bring it out for me. Can I continue? Or you have a question?
So if you want to count for everything, that's both okay. Yeah, not the ones that are not null, including null and not null.
Sorry, I didn't get that one. I think I did my network. Data dot n unique.
Now
No, I'm talking about yes, n unique.
you understand what did this for us, are you? It counted the number
Uh,
of all the columns. Now if I want to count for all the columns, this is just one column now. If I want to count for all the columns that I have, right? I want to count for temperature, dew points, relative humidity. I want to find the total number of unique values that are there. So I'll just do data.n So it's telling me that for temperature, we have 533. You know, we've done for weather, and weather is 50. That is why we have weather here. Weather is what? 50 here.
okay,
So we have
okay,
done for
okay.
all the values on our
Instead
table.
of doing for one, you can do all. It will give you all the information.
Exactly. 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 One thing I want you to understand is with Python, almost everything is possible. Like, I don't know how to say it, but with Python, there's no way you want to tweak. Maybe you have a problem and you have a specific condition. There's no way you want to tweak it. Python will surely look for a way to help you out. So I think we've done. Okay, so now for count, I hope you all understand counts now. We're just counting the total number of non-null. Look at it to get the total number of total number of non-null. Non-null means not empty values in a column. So this is it. So from here we can see that all of them are the same number of non-null values, meaning there are no null values, meaning that table is complete, no empty cell. I hope you understand.
Hello, sir. I still don't get. Is this one for this data dot count? Is it for not null values in a column
This is non-null value.
or
It's now showing for each column. This is
in
the old
the
table. This is the old table.
okay,
It's showing for each of those columns. So for temperature column now,
okay,
the total number of non-null we have for the temperature column.
okay.
You understand?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so if there is an empty one, the numbers vary.
Yes.
Because I see that they are all 8,784.
Yes. That is why I said there are no empty.
Mr.
There are,
Ahmed, what if you had one empty cell in each column? They will all still give us the same number, but they will be missing data randomly among them. Is that true or not?
I don't understand what you are saying, but if I understand what you are saying that if let's assume that if this place is actually blank, right?
Mm-hmm.
This place is blank, this temperature column, this place is blank.
Yes.
What we have here is going to be 8783. It's not going to be
Exactly.
8784 again. You understand?
Exactly.
It's counting for the is peculiar to each of those columns. So it's not like it's saying because this is 8784, this has to be 8784. So
So
it's
that's
doing
my question.
for this first column separately, then to go and count
Mhm.
for this. So because we have the same number all through, it's telling us that this table does not have empty cell.
That's what I'm asking. Is that necessarily the case? What if you have an empty row? If you have an empty row, they all still give the same number.
If you have an empty row, like the whole row is empty, this is a row. Do you mean if this row is empty now?
I think that's what he meant. And yes, it will give the same number now.
So if this whole row is empty, it's actually going to give you the same number. So everything is going to be 8783, not 84 now. Everything is going to be 8783 all through. So can I continue?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can.
So then another thing again, we have different values, right? We have fog, we have freezing, we have different types of them in this weather column. What if I want to see, okay, for this fog, how many times how many times did it come out? This freezing. Okay, let me show you something. Let me sort this. Clear. Now, I want to count the number of clear that I have with our Excel knowledge. I'm going to call on someone to help us. Nobody should say anything now. I want to count the number of clears that we have in this particular column. So I'll call on someone now that will help us. But I call you and I tell you to unmute your mic, please unmute your mic. Oh. Who will I call on? Let me start from Mr. Michael.
So if I was to check how many clear we have, I'll go to weather, drop down the box.
This particular place.
Yeah, drop
Uh-huh.
down, select clear. Unselect everything and select only clear.
Okay, I'll select only clear.
And then I'll just look at the number of cells. It will be in the bottom right, somewhere there. Or you can also hit select the first clear, hold Control Shift and down, and to go to the last one, and then you can see the total number.
Control Shift down. So from what I have here, I can see 1326. That's
Yeah.
actually, this is not what I want. Some people already know that this is not what I want. So I want you to get the number of clear for me without filtering.
Oh, without filtering.
Yes.
And then you can write a count function.
Okay, now let's go.
So that will be equal to
Equal
how is this? Count, open bracket.
count. Are you sure it's count?
No, count if.
Thank you. Count if. Open bracket.
Open bracket. The range will be G. G. Yeah, exactly. Comma. I can't see what the suggestion
Criteria.
is.
Criteria. The suggestion is criteria.
Criteria. Um, keep quiet. Something equals clear.
He's already answering. He's already giving us the answer, but you can't get that language.
Something. I think something equals clear. Clear will be in quotation though.
Now you can just click on this particular column,
Uh-huh.
or you can just write
Equals.
it.
Yeah.
No,
Equals
that's all. You
clear.
don't need to put it first. They're just telling us that
Okay.
okay, in this column I want to choose clear. So that is it. So I can see that it is 1326. Right? The clear is 1326. So you can unmute your mic now. You can mute your mic now. Thank you. So I can go to where is clear? Have you seen it? So from here I can see that clear is 1326. So what this is telling us is that I'm counting the number of values, distinct values I have for each of those values in my. I'm doing the count of the values I have in my weather column. I'm doing the values of count that I have in my weather column. So how do I do that? So I take, okay, from the data table, I take the weather column dot value count. So that's the name of the function. So the function is called value count. So the function is called value count. So even if you wanted to, you want to do this for other columns too, you just put the column inside that particular bracket instead of weather, and you can continue.
Ahmed,
Yes, I'm Moses, sir.
if you just did data dot value count and you don't put the weather, would it do it for the whole data set?
I don't think so. Let's try it. So what is it bringing out? So okay, can you see? Do you understand what it is bringing out?
No,
So
not
it's
really.
telling us that is now, since it's doing count, right? You want us to do count, the count of the data table, right? So what it is telling us now is that for this particular row, the count is 1. For this particular row too, the count is what? 1. That is, that row is occurring once in that table. There is no what? There's no repetition. no duplicate of that row. Do you understand? That is what it is telling us. I hope you understand what it is telling us before
Yeah,
I
I
move
get
on.
it now. It's looking at comparing one row to the other,
Yeah.
and all the rows look unique.
So this is what we need. So the next thing, I want to get information. We already did this. We already did this. So this is I'm writing all of this because I'll be sending this script to you later. Not now, later, but so that you understand. So we want to get the information of each column. So in terms of what? In terms of count, in terms of count and data type. Yeah. In terms of the count and data type. So this is how we do it. So we just run this. So we can see that for that temperature column, we have 800 and 8,784 non-null values. And the other type is what? Float. If you want to convert, you already know how to convert. So now,
Mr. Ahmed, are you sending this data set as well?
yes. There's no way you can work with the whole Python script without the dataset. Do you understand?
Okay. Okay. Yes.
Okay. Any other question before I move on? So now this is just to get the number of unique values, a list of the unique values, or let's say an array of the unique values we have in this particular column, in speed column. So you can just use dot unique. I'm not using n unique. N unique is to get the count of the unique values. But if I'm saying unique, I just want to see those unique values, right? I want to see those values. So these are the values inside this column. So if I'm putting n unique outside, if I'm putting n here now, it's going to be doing the count. Have you seen it? N unique is doing count. Unique now is not going to be doing the count. It's going to list out those items for us. So I think we've done something. So if you want to find the number of times we have a clear weather, you can see from here, a clear weather. So now I can't be doing, look at this now. For the next question, I want to get the number of times the weather is clear. I already know I can use my value count, right? So my value count will show me, okay, mainly clear is this. But I want to write a code that will just tell me, okay, for clear, for clear, I just want to see only clear. I don't want to see everything. This is for everything. What if we have 1 million values inside that column? Will I be scrolling and be looking for clear? It's going to be tedious for me. So what I just need to do is to write a code that would simply tell us that, okay, I want to get for only clear. My answer should be that for clear. So what are we going to do? So we already understand this. So we have, before I do this, let me show you something. How do I choose the weather column? I can say data Then I'm going to put weather. This is it, right? If I want to see it in a table format, I'll put double, double square brackets, right? There's another way of writing it. Instead of doing it like this, you can do something like this. This dot weather. But it's not going to come out in the table format. It's still showing. This is our weather column too. So I can either put it in that bracket or just put dot weather, which is still going to work. So that will lead us to the next thing. So now, what I'm saying is that weather column. How do I choose the weather column? I'm going to say this, right? This is the weather column. So I'm saying from the data table, right? That data table, where this weather is equal to clear. That is what I want to say. So now, if I'm using a single equals to sign, I've explained all of this. If I'm using a single equals to sign, what does it mean?
You are assigning a value.
Thank you. I'm assigning a value. But here, I want to tell Python that I want to choose where this particular thing is equal to what? Clear. Where this particular value is equal to what? Clear. So I can now say this. Then I can run. So now it's going to show a table showing all the clears that we have. And from here, you can even see how many rows we have. 1326, which is the same as the number of what? Clear that we have. Before we move to the next one, please let me understand if you are clear. Or you need to check the code again. It's very simple. Just like this in an Excel, in SQL, is going to be select star from data where weather equals clear, right? That's how it's going to look like in SQL. So before I move to the next one,
Can move on.
okay, all right. Hold on, I'm coming. Hold on, give me.
Are we still there?
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm coming. My power is doing rubbish. Hold on. So another way of doing what I did again. Another way of doing what I did. Another way, and that's one thing about Python. Another way why Python is actually more flexible than SQL is that SQL is kind of flexible. Python has is not there's no one way to answering one question. You can actually use different ways. So now this same thing I got here, instead of writing it like this, I can decide to write it like this. So I'm saying my table, my data table, I want you to group by weather. So my weather is the main thing here. So get group means I have to choose a particular group from the values I have in the weather column. So I'm saying, okay, what I need is that clear values in the weather column. That is the clear value in the weather column. So it's going to bring out all other columns, all other corresponding values of other columns in this weather for the weather column. I don't know if I'm making sense. But what I'm basically saying is this particular thing and this one are giving us the same thing. But how this works is that it's going to group by the weather. So it's saying, okay, all the weather values stay at one side, which is here. It's not compulsory at the left side. It's just saying all the weather values. But now, the weather values that I need is the one that has clear. So if you are clear, I want to see all your values. So that's basically what this one is doing. So that's basically the same thing. So if I want to see where the, you have a question.
No.
So if I want to see where the wind speed is what? 4. Where the wind speed is 4. So I can easily do the same thing. So where the wind speed is 4. So the data, before what did we do? We did something like this. We didn't use square bracket, we used dots. Yeah, yeah, this is what we did. And we ran it. Okay. So now we have a problem. Thank God I noticed this.
I wanted to say it.
So now, why are we going to we are going to be having issues? Is it because from our table, the wind speed column, hold on, like tsunami put. There's nothing like, hold on.
It should be 8.
Yeah. So it has not.
Okay.
So the name of the column is wind speed, not wind speed kilometer per hour. It's wind speed. So we want to be where the wind speed is actually what? Equal to 4. So we want to get, so how do I do that? I can do it like this. Or better still, if I don't want to use this method, I can equally do this. Yeah, don't forget your double quotation. So your quotation. So I can equally do that too. I can do that too. So now, yesterday, we did something. We did this.
Therefore, what's it representing, Mr. Ahmed? Therefore, what's it representing?
Which 4? I want to get where the wind speed is 4.
Go up, please. Yes,
Eh?
therefore. Therefore, after equal to.
You are not getting the question. Look at the question. To get the records where the wind speed is equal to 4. That is where this wind speed, where the value is equal to 4. Like this one now. We're going to pick this one.
4 is under wind speed.
Okay.
So I'm not saying that is why I'm saying okay where this is equal to 4.
Okay,
So
okay,
that's what I'm
okay.
saying. Do you understand?
Yes, yes.
So let's continue. Now yesterday we did how do we get our null values? We did this. So what it is telling me that anywhere it is true, it means that there's a null value there, right? If it is false, it means that there is something there. There is a value there. So now what I want to do is I want to count for each column. I want to count the number of true that I have. That will tell me the number of null values that I have. So I'll just put dot sum. So dot sum is now going to tell me that okay, for this particular column, how many true do we have? If I have, let's assume that I have one true here now, and I have another one here. So this is one, this is another one. So it's going to be adding up all the number of what true that I have. This is one here, plus another one making two. So for the temperature column, let's assume that these two that I have here, they are true. This false here and this false here, they are true. So how many false will I be? How many truths will I be having in total? That's two. I'm going to add this one and this one together. So that's the concept of finding the total number of null values in a data set. So that's the concept they use. That's the concept they use. So if I run this, it's going to tell me that for the temperature column, we have 0 null values. For the dew point column, we have 0 null values. Relative humidity, we have 0 null values. Wind speed, we have 0 null values. Visibility, we have 0 null values. And that can easily, that one alone is now validating our point where we have this. Sorry, not this. Yes, this is validating this point. Because here now everything is equal to the same thing. It means there are no null values. Because there are no null values, if everything is the same thing, does not mean there are no null values. There might be an empty row. But what I'm saying here is we have a total number of, the total number of rows is 8784. And the total number of counts there we're having here too is 8784. So that is the reason why you can easily say that okay, the total number of null values that we have here is 02. Now still using this same method, can I find the number of non-null or not null? So let me just say, so get the number of non-empty cells in each column. Yeah. So instead of using is null, I'm not going to use not null, then dot sum. This is actually still going to give me what I have for count. Can I continue? Okay. Now I want to rename that weather to weather condition. We already did something like that yesterday. I want to rename and I want to put the weather as weather condition. So what do we do? I'm not even supposed to show you this. I'm supposed to just tell you guys that how do we do it. So what do we do in this case? Who can tell me the reason why we have implicit equals true? What do we do in that case?
To make it permanent. If not, to just be temp, it will be only for this single key. Won't carry on to other lines of code. But if you make in place true, it means that the data is permanently changed.
Thank you. So now what I want to do now is that I want to rename my columns. So I'll say data dot rename, then I'll say columns. What we did yesterday was replace, and when I'm replacing values, not column headers. So if I want to replace, I'll replace what? Values, not the column header. So now I'll say data dot rename, then the column. Then inside the curly bracket, don't forget, inside the curly bracket, I'll put the old one, which was what was there before, weather. Look at it. And the new one, I want to call it weather condition. But there's something. I already told us that in Python, always avoid using space. because while using your um okay, I'll show you the reason why we need to be avoiding user space. So now, if I put in place now, if I decide to remove this, if I decide to remove this, what is it going to do for us? So what it will do is that it's just going to change this for the analysis that I want to perform in this cell. Anytime I want to see my data again, this is still going to be showing this weather, this one here. It will not show weather condition. But if I come here and I put in place equals true, in place equals true is that okay, for that table now, I want to what? I want to make it permanent. Whatever you are doing to that particular cell. Also to
Mr.
that
Ahmed,
particular cell. Yes.
is this thing case sensitive? Like the weather, if you had had small W there, will it still work?
No, it's not working.
So
It's case sensitive.
it's case sensitive.
Now the reason why you are putting it in a quotation is because you want it the exact way you are writing it.
I get.
So now I can decide to just run this now. So now we have weather condition. Weather condition. So now let's assume
Okay.
that I want to change this weather condition now to the one that has to the one that has a space. What do I do in this case? Let me copy this. So it is slow. I want to change it to this. Someone, sorry, I think the person that I omitted should meet them up. Okay, thank you. So we have something like this. Then we have I want to use the one that has a space in between. So I will show you the reason why we should avoid using space. I think we've done something like this in SQL already. So if I run this now, I'm not going to have the weather condition. Now, in a case where I want to pick this column, then I do data dot weather condition, right? And I run this. And it's going throwing an error, right? It's throwing an error. The other one will work because that one, there's no way we want to use our square bracket without using quotation. And this is going to be inside the quotation, right? But in cases of, have you seen it? It is working. This is working. But the other one didn't work. So to avoid all these complications, let's just, so anyway you want to use your space, you can just use what? Underscore. So the underscore will be better. So now I can still use my preferred way of writing it, which is going to be data dot weather underscore condition. Yeah, which is still going to bring it out for me. I want to try something. Okay, don't worry. So it's going to do this for me. So now we already taught you how to get mean now. How to get mean. We want to get the mean of the visibility column. This visibility column. So you just put the visibility, there's no kilometer. So data dot visibility, then you put dot mean at the back. So dot mean will do what? To find the mean. You already did it. So if you want to find the maximum, so just put dot max. If you want to put the minimum, dot mean. So that's the way it is. It is going to be this. So to get the mean of the visibility column. So this is what we do. Are we good? Can we move on?
Yes.
Okay. Now to get the standard deviation for the pressure column, what do you need to do? The pressure column is press. You don't need to start using the formula for standard deviation. Just put STD in brackets. I already told you these tools have the capability of doing those calculations for us. Relative humidity, rel hud. We have rel hud. So if I want to find the variance, this is for variance.
The variance is not correct.
Okay. So I think we already understand this. We did this for clear. So to get the weather condition that is snowy now, I can just do this, then equal snow, then I can run it.
Sorry, please, what's this real something, real hood or something dot variable under 38? I don't know what that is.
What's that?
Under 38, line 38. Yeah,
This
the data. No, 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 no.
this one.
Line 38. Yes, real hood or something.
That's the
What's
name of the column. Look at it.
okay?
So
Okay,
you want to get the variance of that column, right?
okay,
So real would means relative humidity.
okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Alright. So at the back of our head, I want us to show. I can ask anybody to give us the answer. Here the weather condition. Don't forget. Look at it. It is now weather condition. So where the weather condition is fog. How are we going to write it? I'll just give you 1 minute to think about it. Let me take it away from this piece.
Are we there?
Yeah, I said I'll give you 1 minute. I said I
Yes.
can we continue now? So I can call on anybody. This is perpetual.
Yes. Hello.
Yes.
I can't
So
hear
how are we
you.
going to, so how are we going to do it?
Do what? Sorry, I didn't get it.
I said we want to get where the weather condition is fog. So how do we write it?
I'll skip on.
Mrs. Anu, will you help us out?
what?
What did you say?
Why it is sorry.
When it is fog,
Okay, data. We write data.
right?
Inside the
Okay, hold on. Let me put it here. So you said I'll write data. Mm-hmm.
we open a list, right?
Okay. Yes.
We write data
Mm-hmm.
dot
Dot.
in quotation weather condition.
No, it's not going to be in quotation again. We are using dots. So let's going to write it like that.
Okay. Weather condition.
Whether I'm going to write it the way I say it.
Weather underscore
Okay. Underscore
condition.
condition. Mm-hmm.
So after this square bracket, right?
Yes.
We are going to write. What did you call this thing?
Fog.
Okay, fog
I should write fog, Abby.
quotation.
Okay. Fog in quotation. So this is
Okay.
it. Is this the
Yes.
answer?
Yes. Fog.
Look at it very well. Oh.
Is it double quotation?
No, there's something you are missing out. In fact, there are two things you are missing out.
I think whether conjunction will be equal to fog.
Yeah, equal equals to fog. I was going to equal equals to fog. Yes.
We close the that
Bracket.
list. Close the list at the
Okay, we
end.
open a bracket.
We didn't even open the bracket.
Ah,
We
We
open a
have to give
bracket after data. Then
Double.
we
Mhm.
close it. Wrong.
No.
No, you
Open
condition the
bracket like
bracket, then you remove it.
a round.
What did you say?
The weather that
Close
the
that.
weather
Close
condition, that
bracket.
bracket after you can remove it.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Then we have only one now. Can I continue now?
It's not correct.
Why
It's
is it
correct.
not correct? It's correct now. The reason
Uh,
why you are having that
Correct.
is because you didn't use the.
okay.
You have to be careful, though. You didn't use this, and you are using this. This has to be in quotation, right?
Okay.
This is where the whole writing thing come into play. That's why you have to be careful when you're writing. If I'm doing this now, I can run. I'm still going to get the same thing. Then if I'm not using this, I can decide to remove all of them.
And put dots.
If I'm putting equals to sign, then I'll know okay, I'm not putting the square bracket. Then I'll run it.
Okay. Okay.
So now you remember. Let me open my Word document. I'm trying to open a Word document now. So I want to use someone to give me an SQL statement that will select the word. Sorry, that will select all the table where the weather has something like where the weather has something like snow. Where the weather has something like snow. I want to select all records where the weather has something like snow.
Select all from table.
Select
Select
all.
star. Yeah, star.
Star. Okay.
Yes.
Select star. From
From the table name. Yeah.
what's the table name? What are we using? Data, right? Right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Where
Okay. Where
the column. That's a weather condition, is it? Yeah.
weather condition. Where weather condition. Mm-hmm.
Equals.
Equals.
Then is it column? That single one, not the double one.
Quotation.
Um, what did you say again?
Fog.
Dog.
No, that has something like snow. That has snow. It's in a snow.
Okay, snow. That's snow.
What did you say?
Snow equals snow.
Okay. Equals
In that column now, snow.
snow.
Yeah.
Now, what this is going to give us is where the weather condition is slow. But what I'm
Yes.
saying is I want something that has slow. So it might not actually be slow. It might be slow something. It can be slow. Maybe you have
Okay, equal. Okay, finish up. I'm trying to.
okay. Now I think you've gotten my question, so you can continue.
Sorry, I wanted to ask something. If you use single or double, what's the difference?
I think in SQL it's just single. I don't know. That double doesn't really work.
In SQL, it is different. I think you have to use your single quotation. Is it single or
Yes, I
double?
noticed that. If you do
So
double, gives you.
if you use your double quotation, it gives
Yeah. I
okay.
noticed.
In your Excel, you have to use double quotation. You don't use single quotation. You have to use a double quotation. So
Yes,
in
yes.
your Python, I think you can use both. I think so. I think you can use both in Python. So now, you wanted to help us. I'm with you, man.
There should
So
be percent before that snow
Where what?
and after the snow.
okay, I said
As
where
in where there
the
is anything,
flow
as in even if it's in between, after, anywhere,
anywhere.
percent before and after.
Okay, so I can say percent before,
And after.
percent after. This is wrong. Oh. Someone should help us.
Wait, did you say before or anywhere it is?
Anywhere. It can be it can be starting it can be in the middle, it can be after, it can end it too.
I think that equal to should
I don't
be
know.
like
Thank you. That equal to should not be equal to. It will be where weather condition like.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember?
Yes, I remember now.
You remember now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We
Thank you
only
for
use
that.
that equal to if we're using what do they call it? Numbers, right?
No,
Integers, I
if you're
mean.
not speculating,
Finding the percent.
if you're not adding the percent, if you are
We
so
use
sure what
equal.
you want,
Okay,
equals.
okay,
So
okay.
now let's go back. This same thing now. That's one. This this is what I want to now show in Python now. How do I do this in Python? How do I do that in Python? So when the string, that is where this contains snow, if you look at this, there's snow showers. So where it contains snow. So what do? I say from the data, then I'll pick the column I want, which is the weather condition column. Don't forget we've added an underscore to our own. Then the function I want to use is dot string dot contains, dot string dot what, contains. So it must contain that particular word. And I put in inside the bracket the word I need, the word that I need. So I can say dot string dot contains then the word that I need. So now run this. What if I want when the thing starts with snow? It starts with snow. What do I do? Let me copy this. It starts with snow. So I'm going to have, so what will I do in that case? So instead of having contains here, what I will have is what starts with. That's the name of the function. Starts with snow. If I run this, can you see what I have? It starts with snow.
It's like Python is speaking the English we understand.
So what if I want when it ends with snow?
So you change the starts with to ends with snow.
Thank you. I'll change the start with to
And yeah. Okay. And weeks.
can you see?
Okay, it must be ends, not end.
Yes, it must be ends, not end. If I've done this, error.
Error.
Yeah, that's not a standard English anyway. So it ends with.
Ends with. Okay.
Can you see?
Yeah.
Now,
Mr. Ahmed,
yes,
are these NumPy functions or Python functions or Panda functions?
they are together. Oh. I can't really say why
They're all
again.
together.
Yes, but
I'm
basically,
asking so that
this is still. I think these are still normal Python functions. Basically, if you want to
okay,
use, you would have seen for NumPy and pandas functions, you would have started seeing that PD, you have started seeing that NP. You understand?
okay.
Okay, so these are Python functions.
Yes.
Oh, so scared.
There's going to be an assignment this weekend, so you have a lot of things to do.
I need to actually start from the beginning and watch a video like I'm a novice on this Python because as we're going it
No,
juggles
sorry.
my head.
It is a pandas function. It is a pandas function. I just confirmed.
Okay.
It is a pandas function.
But there's no
So how did you
pandas
confirm
function.
that
PD.
What
it's
did you
pandas?
There's no
How did
pandas.
you confirm? You say you just confirmed now. How did you confirm?
I didn't get what you're saying. Oh. Your voice is cracking. I'm
Okay,
right
How
there.
did you confirm
you said
it's
you
a
just
panda function?
confirmed now that it's pandas. How did you? Was
Yes.
there a code you typed or something?
No. There's
ChatGPT.
no. No. I'm not with anything now. If I'm going to use ChatGPT, you know I'm using it on my screen.
But there's no
I was
pandas
just thinking about it that I was just thinking about
function.
it that the reason why I said it's the pandas function is because we are dealing with our tables. Do you understand? And what I'm
Yes.
doing is I'm trying to manipulate those tables. And I said something earlier that while trying to manipulate those tables, majority of those functions is what pandas are Panda library give us those functions that we use in manipulating our table. If you remember,
Yes.
you remember. So if it was that
Okay.
I was doing maybe
Yes.
normal
Yes.
addition, subtraction, all those things, then I would say they are normal Python functions.
Okay, so that leads me
Okay.
to my next question. Is there a place you can get like a library of these functions so that in
No,
case we come across something else we want to do, maybe we can look it up and see if it's
that is
available?
that is where I. One thing is we are looking it up if it is available. It is Python now. It is available. It is available. It's not for you to go and look for it. It is
Now
available.
I
To
mean,
find,
is there like a library or a
there is some
documentation
people,
or
some
something?
people, some people might have done some
I
documentation to
think they
give
should have
you.
something like that on YouTube because I found one for SQL.
Yeah, you might see, but one thing is, yeah, I just feel what you need to do is that's basically why I've been treating different things. Yesterday I treated a different table entirely. Today I'm treating something different entirely, and we are using different functions. So at the end of the day, when you want to do analysis using Python, and that is where I'm coming from the part of SQL because I already understand that you guys understand SQL. Then because you understand SQL, then I can easily say, okay, this is what we are doing in SQL. I want to bring it to Python. So what we are doing in SQL, see how we are going to do it in Python. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So now, if you really need, if SQL can do it, Python can do it. That is my belief. That is my belief. And I don't think there's anything. In fact, there are some things I feel they are not possible that I've seen people use Python to do. So the programming language is wild. So So a list of functions, I don't think you can say that particular list of functions here in this particular place. Maybe someone has now drafted out a list of some functions that under he knows, and he now wrote out how you can use it somewhere. It's possible. There will even be, but I don't have it. You can actually search for it and you might see it. What I have is a list of scripts that when I need a particular function, I can easily say, okay, I think I've used this function before in this particular script. Then I'll go and open that script and I will be able to say, okay, I'll look for where I used it. Then I will apply it to the new one. Do you understand? It's like this now. You want to use this particular thing. You want to use it in a new thing. Maybe after like 6 months. Now we are running a project for someone and you want to use this thing, it's a Python script. You remember that we've done something like this. Just for you to come to this script, open it and look for, okay, this is how they did it. Then you just tweak whatever code we have here to suit what you have in the new table, and you are good to go. So with constant practice, then you might not be going. It's not going to be you won't be going there again because you already have it. That's just a way of you not cramming. Do you understand? If you have started writing these codes normally, you would have some of them will be at the tips of your fingers like this now. At least you'll be able to import NumPy and pandas. So let's continue. Ehen, look at what they said we should do. Mr. Dara, Mr. Larry, sorry.
Yes.
Now we want to do something now, and you help us out with it. Now I want to get instances where the wind speed is greater than 24, the wind speed is greater than 24, and the visibility is 25. How do we do this? The wind speed is greater than 24 and the visibility is 25. This is normal Excel. How do we do it in normal Excel?
Are you doing the count or the sum?
I'm not counting anything now. I want to get this table where
Yeah,
the
that's what I'm saying. On Excel, is it the count or the sum?
if I'm telling you what I want to do now, it's like I'm telling you the answer. I don't think just to give more clarity, it's not going to be summing for counting. This is basically what we've done before.
They're trying to filter the data under the two conditions now, Abby.
Thank you. So how do I do it?
So
I'm
you
trying to
want
filter right
yeah, you want
now.
wind speed greater
So I
than
want to see where
25.
the wind speed is actually greater than 25. Where the wind speed is greater than 25. Something like this. Anyway, I have this like these values. These are what I want to see. And not only that, and the visibility must be what? The visibility must be 25. So what do I do? These are things that will follow.
I think you have to you filter it from that. You go to
Details are
the yes. If press yes,
so
this is
this is
that
not
very tiny.
this is not going to work because I have two
Mm.
functions that are interwoven. It's not going to work. So who can tell us what work?
Right.
You
If you
copy
forget
out the you copy out the header as is. That's the temperature dew pointer, and then you paste it, and then you put your conditions that you want under
hold
the
on, hold on. So let's have it here, right?
uh, then you put the
I think
conditions.
you guys remember now. I know you remember now. So I'll put the condition that I want, right?
Yeah,
So the green speed now, so I will now say greater than what? 25.
Yeah.
Then visibility will be what?
It's fine.
25.
fine.
So where will I go to now?
Data, I think.
Uh-huh. From there, I'm there already.
I can't see, the thing is so small.
Sort the data.
So this is you go to advanced filter, right?
Filter.
Advanced filter
Mm-hmm.
to copy to another location.
New.
I can't
Yes.
see.
Not necessarily new.
So the first thing is where the list range, which is the table that
Right.
we want to reference.
Okay.
Control shift right. The next one is the criteria range. And what is
That's
the
the one.
criteria range?
That's the one
That
we
is the
just
one
wrote
we
out.
just created, right? Then where are we copying to? Let's copy here and click on it. So this
I remember. It's been long I touched Excel.
you that is basically what I need. What I need now is you might not remember the steps.
Everything.
You might not remember how it is, but when they are doing it, you know that I know this thing, right? Hope that is what you are feeling.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
If you are not feeling that way, there's wala. Oh. You must be feeling that way. Oh. And this is like
Mm.
you just tell us that we still have we need to refresh our memory. Sometimes if you are less busy, you can just take exam. You don't even need thank God everything is on YouTube. You don't even need to maybe go to your system. Just you looking at those videos again.
Yeah. You learned
You
something.
just
I
learn
think
something.
I think we should. I was even feeling whether I should consider more on SQL and Python. If you know that one very well, back to back,
Yes. Yes.
you'll be fine.
Yeah, obviously. Well, at the end of the day, me, I will not tell you to. I will not want you to limit yourself because at the end of the day, we are good with all these tools. If you are good with every one of them, then it will be very, very good. It will be very, very, very good. Because if you're having problem with Excel, now
No.
look at something. I had a challenge last week, right? I had a challenge last week. At work, we are dealing with some data, and the data has Excel can only display 1,048,000 rows. So if the number of rows that we have here, the number of rows we have is already past, if it's around maybe 1,000, 1,000,000, 100,000. Excel can't show beyond 1,000,000, I think 48,000 rows. And we needed to do some analysis on a particular card that has like 3 million rows.
Hmm.
Then in that case, if you were good using only Excel, you have a problem.
Sure. No
You
problem.
have a big problem. Something that you can't even load on your Excel. How do you even bring it to Power BI? Fine, Power BI will show everything on the model tab, but if you take it to Power Query, it will not see it. But there are some things that I really want to see. I want to see some things. If I want to see them, I have to go to Python now.
Okay.
If I want to see
What
them,
about SQL?
Python now.
SQL. What about SQL?
Yeah, SQL, you'll be able to see. But
It's not
let me
correct.
open.
I think it stops as 1,000 SQL, right? I was having issues with one
There are
video.
some RGBMS that they have the limit of what they can show you. Do you understand? For Python is limitless. Even if you are going to 15 million, no allow. And the
So we
way
should concentrate effort in Python then.
no, don't get me wrong. These are just cases that have these are just yeah. What I want to do now, doing it with Excel would have been very simple for me to do. But because I needed to do that particular thing, I had to take it to Python. Stress of taking it to Python and bringing it back. Do you understand? So there are some cases where you will need
Mr.
it to
Ahmed,
yes.
is it not your data that will tell you the tool you will use? It's the data that will tell you what you will use. It
It's
depends
not your
on the
data.
format, the size, and what you want to do with it.
Now that is another thing. You are data analyst.
And the
Your data
larger
is not
that
going to tell your
more
data is not going to tell you what to do. Your data is not going to tell you that this is the tool I need you to use for me. That is why even if I'm going to be giving you a project, I'm not going to tell you that you use this tool. No, you should be able to use.
that you're okay
Some
with.
people can use SQL. Some people can decide to use Python. That is the reason why I'm even doing this now. What I'm doing here is what I taught you in Excel. You want to do that same thing using Python. So if this was the project now, some people might decide to use Excel, they get the same answer. And some people will go to Python and they get the same answer. If your client has said use this tool, then no problem. But if your client didn't state the tool to use, then you should use any tool you want now. At the end of the day, what you need is the answer. At the end of the day, the only thing your client might even understand is just this Excel tab, right? So even when I finish my table on Python, I can decide to save that table. I already taught you how to save yesterday.
Or I didn't see.
Can you do it one more time, please?
Please repeat. I wasn't here yesterday.
No, it's not always video. I'm not doing
Okay, no problem.
it. No, no worry, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Thank you.
So this is basically what I'm trying to say. So do you understand? So this thing that we did, we've done it in Excel. Mrs. Perpetua, no, I've called
Yeah.
Mrs. Perpetua. I think I've called you today already. Let me call
Yes.
her.
So
You said yes. So, Mrs. Nkem,
So,
let me call you. This same thing now, we want to use our SQL. So SQL statements. Mrs. Nkem, you're not like give us this one now. Hold on.
yes, sir.
Okay, don't worry. No. Someone else.
it was me. Oh, she just helped us finish up the like.
Okay. Yeah, Mrs. Nkem, let's continue.
Okay.
Mrs. Nkem, you want to use a. Oh, yeah.
Okay, select select star. Sorry, select what was the name of the table again?
I'm selecting all records, so it's going to be star.
Okay, select star from weather condition.
No?
From weather.
The name of the table is data, don't forget. Weather
Okay,
condition.
select star from data. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
select star from data
Mm-hmm.
where weather condition.
Yeah, weather condition, thank you. Yeah, weather condition. Mm-hmm.
That table, I need to see that table again because I don't know where this wind speed belongs to. Where wind
What?
speed
Hmm.
is greater than
Where, where wind speed?
where wind
Better than
speed is greater than
24.
T24
Where wind speed is greater than 24. Okay.
Visibility 24.
and visibility equals that's
And
equals to
visibility
sign
equals what?
25.
5.
That's it. So this is it. This is in SQL. So how do you write it in Python? Let's go back.
I used to think SQL was tougher, but now I'm looking at Python. Oh God.
What do you want? Eh?
Well, as
What
well.
do you want? That's why we're saying that there's no regime that will be as worse as Buhari's own. I
Honestly,
think
that's the case now.
I think it's before Buhari now.
What's
So
happening with this Python?
so with Python now,
Speech. Limit.
so I would say
Speech. When speech.
let me write something about first. I want to
Okay.
say the data is going speed. So I'm saying the data wind speed, right? This data wind speed must be greater than 24. And in Python now, is this.
Okay.
You understand that sign now? And then I'll do the same thing again for visibility. Data
Repeat. Visibility.
visibility, right? Hey, what is this? Visibility is now equal to 25. So this is it. Now you have to be careful. You have to be careful of something. I use double equal to sign.
Close.
There's no need of me explaining why I'm using equal to sign. Now this is just the condition, right? From which table? From the data table, right? Everything is from the data table. I need to tell SQL and sorry, Python that
The
I'm taking it
Python.
from the
That's
data.
from the data
So
table.
this is just the column name.
The conditions.
Yes. This one that I'm highlighting is just the column. So how do I tell it? Because I have two things here, I'll put them in the bracket. I'll put them in the bracket. This is condition one. Let me put it in the bracket. This is the first condition in the bracket. The second condition too in another bracket. It's like I'm having two things, right? Then I can now put that. I can now say data. Put this in the square bracket. Close the square bracket.
And close it with a square bracket. Oh, okay.
So that is how we got this. So from here I can easily run this. And I'll see this. So if you look at it, 25, 25, 25, and the new speed that we have is greater than 30.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm, goodbye.
So this is the group by plus the group by function. So to get the mean value of each column, that is for each column, to get the mean value of each column, don't forget all those columns, they are all what? They are all numerical column apart from the weather condition column. So now I want to get the mean of each of those columns against the weather condition. That is for the clear weather condition, what is the mean temperature? What is the mean dew point? What is the mean relative humidity? What is the mean speed? I hope you understand what we are trying to do here. How do we do this in Python? Sorry, in Excel. I would have done something like this. So on my rows, I'll have the weather, right? Then I'll have on the columns, I'll have temperature. Hold on. Okay, now I have temperature as value. I'll have relative humidity to as value. Wind speed as value. Visibility as value. Pressure as value. So now instead of doing sum of all of this, I'm not going to be doing the mean. It's not going to be the sum. It's not going to be what?
Me.
Value each session is not going to be the average.
Okay.
Okay. The first one is clear, right? This is 6.82. Let's go to our Python and see what we have. 6.82. Have you
Mm.
seen it?
Yeah.
So this is also going to be the mean, which is something as average, which is also going to be the mean, average.
Okay. Rich. So, okay, volume field.
So now, look at what. So this table is what Python now showed us. And this is how to do it. So we group by what? We group by the weather condition. Dot what? Dot mean. The first one that I did, you know, it was doing the sum of all those things. If I wanted to do that, what will be here will be what? Sum.
So,
Why is it not going? Because our
step.
weather condition, our own has what? Underscore.
Space. Okay.
So this is it. This is
Mm.
a given sum. But
Mm.
they told us to find the mean.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Ahmed,
Yes?
like how we have it on Excel, you know, you can have sum, you can have mean, you can have count.
Yes.
Is it possible to have it here too for different parameters? Like this one now, it seems like they all have to be mean or all have to be sum. Can we do them like temperature be mean and dew point be sum and
Yes, now. It's Python now. You can do it, but don't worry, we'll get there. You can do it now.
Okay. That means we'll have to be opening and closing brackets like you did with that and.
Exactly. So you have to. That's what you have to do now.
Mm,
Yeah, you have to state it.
mm.
Because if you are stating that for temperature it is rule, you have to come back and tell us that this point you are using from relative humidity, you are using another point. Do you understand? So now this one they use maximum. That is the maximum for each of those columns. And this one the minimum for each of those columns. So now this is another one. Find all instances where the weather condition is clear, that is the weather is clear, or visibility is above 40. So how do I write weather condition is clear? Look at it. Look at the first condition. The weather condition is clear. This is it. Or is this straight time? This straight line. This is or. Maybe it was and you use that normal and sign. Or this is it here. This is it here. And you say visibility above 40. And the visibility is above 40.
I think the best thing for this is you writing like you're writing a dictionary. You just say SQL, Python. Under SQL, you write English and you write the sign, and this one is and. Then under this one, oh, is this.
Or
How does one cope with all this?
so this is what I'm writing. So another one. To get all instances where the weather is clear and relative humidity is
Together
greater
like
than 50 or visibility is
separate.
above 40. So what do I do?
I'm saying
I need to first write this statement.
mm,
Weather is clear and relative humidity is greater than 50, which is this,
select.
right? This, this thing. That means the weather is clear and the relative humidity is greater than 50. Now, don't forget that these two will have to form another one
Mm,
because this is one, weather is clear is one, and relative humidity greater than 50 is another one. So this will be in a bracket. This will also be in a bracket. Then the combination of these two now will be in another bracket.
if that's supposed to be if. Both. Fruit.
So I will say relative humidity, sorry, weather condition.
Mm,
This is the bracket for weather condition. It's clear, right?
mm,
Close the bracket. This is another bracket for relative humidity greater than 50.
mm,
That one is there. Now these two conditions, they are the first condition.
mm,
So this is the bracket for the first condition. Look at it,
mm,
right? Or visibility is above 40. Then I'll
mm.
come here and I'll say visibility above 40. Then these two conditions will now be embedded inside that square bracket where we have our data. Then I can run it.
Oh, well, okay. Carry on. It's supposed to be okay. Underscore. Underscore is on there. Mm-hmm. That's correct.
So now, this first one now, the weather is not clear. And I don't think the relative humidity is greater than 50, but this condition is out. But or visibility is greater than 40 because the visibility here is 48.3. That is why we are having this one calculated. So that is it. Any question? Anyway.